Hey guys, this is Jen from ScanNCut Canvas and Scout Help on Facebook. Okay, key fobs. I have the two-part video on the YouTube channel, but I did that from my digitizing point of view. So I already have all the nuts and bolts of the file, so I can rip it apart and do whatever I want with it. But what do you do if you don't have the nuts and bolts of the file? Well, that's what I'm going to show you right now, is how to make the things to be able to cut it. Because if you stack all this marine vinyl on top of each other and try to cut it in the ScanNCut, it's not going to work. You're going to break something, so don't do that. Be safe. Only cut one layer of vinyl at a time. But the way I do it is I cut each of these pieces, okay? So you're going to cut the front and the back, and then you're going to put it into your machine and stitch it. So just like I do on part 2, that's how I do it. So if you don't feel comfortable doing it that way, then I'm not really sure that I can help you. Because I don't do the scan it in and then cut it. I do the let's cut our pieces out and then we'll put it on the fabric and then we're going to sew it. Okay, so let's get rolling here. All right, so this is a file. I do actually have key fobs. I forgot a long time ago I had bought some, and I can't believe that people sell files with stitches like this in them. But anyways, this little guy, okay, so what do? I want to cut this out and I want to stitch it, but where do I start? Well, what we're going to do is, you know how to turn a PES to FCM? We're going to do that, and we're going to do it twice, because we're going to do it to get the excess or extra thickness to put our marine vinyl. Okay, so we have this stitch file here, but we need a little bit extra thickness to go around so that our marine vinyl can stick out. So that all that cool glittery stuff that we use can poke out and show. So I come over here and I click this and I click this. Oh, look, that's exactly what I need, is that bean stitch. Okay, so I clicked on that. This color box comes up and I click on that. Now this is Embrilliance. I'm sorry, this is the program that I use. Okay, so I click applique. Applique position. My inflation, I'm going to inflate this bad boy to 2.5. Okay, I can also go to 3 if I want, because it's not about the stitching on your machine and your applique. It's about how much of that marine vinyl is going to stick out. Okay, so let's put it at 2.5. Click OK. Oh crap, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to click Save All. Save All. Let's do Owl and cut. Okay, and there's an important reason for owl cut. Okay, so we have that. Now, because I want to check it, now you don't have to do this unless you want to check to see how much of your vinyl is going to stick out. Applique, 0. Save all. Owl, check. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go into Scout. You can take this into Canvas. Same way, import it, use the SVG button. So let's bring in our owl cut. This is supposed to be the cut file. Now let's do our owl check. Okay, we're going to change the color though, because we want to be able to see the difference. Now this is the actual stitch file, because I inflated it to 0, which means this follows the stitch line perfectly. So let's lay them together and see what it's going to look like. Perfect. So that gray part sticking out is how much of your marine vinyl is going to stick out past the stitch line, because the pink stuff is what the stitches will be. Okay, so if that's all cool and kosher to you, we're going to head back to the embroidery program and we're going to add something here. we're going to add a basting box because, and this is really important, the way, oops, I forgot, I already had the little guy down here. When you are getting ready to stitch it, you're going to need to know where to place your stitches, okay? And if you have no clue where to put your piece of vinyl, well, you're kind of out in the cold, because it's, you know, that's one of the hardest things to try to figure out, all right? So when I do my key fobs, and you'll see it in part 2, it's actually really, really easy, because you're going to have overhangs on all 4 sides, and you'll see it's like 1/8 of an inch on all 4 sides. You spray your adhesive down, you put it on that stabilizer. So you spray. What I do is I spray the back of my vinyl, and then I put it down on my stabilizer, and then I stick it in the machine on top of this basting box, and away it goes. And they turn out absolutely beautiful. And it's so easy to do. So you stitch this side, and then when it's done, you pop the hoop out, and you spray the adhesive on what will be then the back or the underside of this little awl here. So you stick it to the underside. I hold it up to the light to make sure it's going to go on the back nice and even. Then stick it right back into the machine. Hit the next step, which the final step is always the bean stitch, and then I'm done. Okay, but you'll see that all in part 2 of the key fob video. But I just wanted to kind of show you guys that have these purchase files how to do this step. Okay, because I know it can be confusing if you don't make your own files, how to get to the step of how to make them. All right. And for the scanning them in, I don't know. I can try to do up a video that way, but I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure there's a way that we can create something in like using ScanNCut a lot, using the file like we just did here, and then making lots of these, and then sending them. You see what I'm saying? Saving this part. How do I want to say this? If you have lots of these already stitched out, and then we save one of these into a file, and then you do in a background scan, laying these on top of these that are already, you know, in the machine, okay? Because you do the background scan, you have all of these on your mat, and you background scan them in. Then you place these that are in the file that you want to load, and then trying to lay them on top. We'll have to see if there's something we can't do like that. Okay. All right. I think there might be something we can do like that. Sounds like a plan. All right. So that'll be on one of my burners. All right, guys. If you have any further questions, you can come and find me over at ScanNCut Canvas and Scal Help on Facebook. Thanks, guys.